So, again, another video that's not really for anyone in particular. I'm just thinking that I might want to start making videos for myself of my thoughts, because right now they're like running rampant crazy in my head about like everything, and I'm having a hard time focusing on anything and organizing them. So, let's see. Learning. Been learning a lot about learning lately. For example, the life of an education major. Lately, this week has been, for me, a lot about learning about like the hugeness of the problems right now in the educational system. The fact that we really, in an ideal world, shouldn't need special education. Like, my wish would be that we all value each other for, who we are, and in the educational system, we value students for their strengths, as opposed to plugging them into different parts of the system based on their weaknesses. But of course, in reality, that's a really hard thing to do. Like, inclusion is the buzzword right now. Inclusion is the big thing that they're trying to push for in education, and it basically says that we want to include everyone into every aspect of the classroom that we can. There are a couple problems with that right now. Number one is that the field of special ed is like such a new field of study, especially for educators themselves. Like, the specialists on the topic have been studying it for several decades, but it's only begun to make a positive impact, like in the last few years, I feel. So that's a problem. So we have a lot of issues that we're working out because it's a new field of study and we're learning as we go. Another problem is support. Like, you need a really strong support system from both, all of the teachers need to be on the same page. The administration needs to be on the same page. The community and the parents need to be on the same page. And this, to me, is really problematic because when you have people coming from all different cultures and systems, and being the human beings that we are, in the beginning when we're trying to do inclusion, it can be really hard for people to agree on the best ways to do it. So I think that's hard, but something that I've really been learning lately is the fact that there always has to be hope. Obviously, because I believe in Jesus Christ and I have hope for the future, not just for this life, but for eternity. I know that hope is an important thing, and I think everyone knows that. Without hope, there's no reason to really go on living, and without hope in the educational system and without hope for what you're going to accomplish in your life, with your careers, and when you're going to the education system, it's easy to lose hope. But I think that something that I especially have to hold on to is the fact that if I can make an impact, a positive impact on at least one child's life, then it's worth it, If I can help one child know that he or she is loved and precious and treasured, then it's worth it. And I think the minute that I lose my focus on the kids and start thinking more about the politics, then I'm going to start failing as a teacher. I think the minute that I stop being creative with differentiation and looking at ways of learning, I think when the creativity stops, then learning really stops. So that's really a philosophy that I have and that I'm still forming, and there are a lot of things buzzing in my head now, especially working on this family systems theory paper and thinking about racial inequality and special education and all these crazy things that are going on. It's just really hard to grasp sometimes, what we can do on an individual level, but I really believe that if we're loving our students, if we're seeing each and every one of them as precious and not assuming anything about them from the outset, just seeing them as human beings and recognizing our similarities, then I think that success is going to come with that. So those are my thoughts for now. Peace out.